Hey guys, mamas are back at it. So I'm Katie,
And I'm Jessica.
and we're gonna just kind of slow it down. And I feel like we've gotten a lot of questions about how did you guys meet, or how did you start this? Who are you guys? No, not really. Who are we?
Who are
But
you?
who are you? But I feel like we haven't done an introduction pod, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's time,
Yeah.
right?
It's
It's
past
time.
time. Y'all need to know about us.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for
So
it, but we're giving it to you.
we're gonna spill the tea on us.
Yes. We'll see. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. So we're gonna talk about a little bit about our personal life, a little bit, just like the baseline, and how we even started this. Mama's Tea Time. How did we even connect? So that's the main question. But I'm Katie, like I said, and I'm a school social worker. That's what I do for a living. So I'm a working mama, and I have a little 3-year-old. She just turned 3. Her name is Mia,
So cute.
and she keeps me busy. Okay. I'm also married to my husband. His name is Justin. And yeah, we're just living our life. And the pod, you met my sister already. She's been on this podcast. If you haven't seen that episode, go back to season 1. Check it out. She spilled her tea on here. But yeah, just a little bit. I'm the youngest of 7 children, so survival of the fittest for my life, my entire life.
Guys, I'm
But
learning
yeah,
stuff too. I didn't know that she had like 7
yeah,
siblings.
yeah. And the things we always get asked, it's so funny. Are you guys from a Catholic family?
That makes so much sense though.
Because of like the birth control thing.
Yeah.
Another thing I always get asked is, are they from the same 2 parents? Like people actually
Hey,
ask me that.
we're in a day and age that I feel
Yeah,
like that is asked a lot, or that's like almost the normal.
I know. It's so funny. Yes, we all have the same dad. Yes, we all have the same mom. And yes, they love each other and they're still married.
Which is rare. My parents are also still married.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
That's
learning
just
more
like a
about you. Keep going. I want to hear about you all night.
keep going, keep going.
Just kidding.
Yeah, so I mean my life's pretty boring because my job as a school social worker, I help with the most intense students that there is, very physical, verbal, aggressive students that I help with social skills, social emotional needs. So I need my regular life to be pretty vanilla and chill to have a good life balance.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, that's a little synopsis about us. So Jess, I needed to hear about you, and we need to kind of spill the tea on how we even got this thing going.
Yes, let's do it. So, I'm Jessica. I have a new 1-year-old. Okay, wait, he's not new, but like he just turned 1
He's
last
new.
month. He just turned 1 last month. I got married in December to my husband, Camden, and we just are also just living our life. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm not working. Well, unless you count TikTok as working and podcasting. But yeah, so I've had a TikTok for a long time, but I really got into it this past February. I was just like doing the thing, and I had a friend, her name is Christina, and we were just kind of doing things together. Like we would play video games together or just like whatever. And then we were like, well, we're just going to do stuff on TikTok. And then it kind of just shot up from there. And I went from having like 1,200 followers to now I'm almost at 16,000. I did the little grow rooms that I don't really do anymore, but I'm very thankful that I did them, or I wouldn't have met Katie. And the
Yes,
rest
we
is
love that.
history. The
We
rest
love
is
it. We
history
love
there.
it.
I don't even really fully remember how we got into like the conversation of starting a podcast. I think I maybe was live. I think I was live and y'all were in there in the chat, and I was just talking about how like I had a dream of like being on a podcast or having my own podcast one day. And I think it kind of like
Dream.
sparked some interest for, at first it was like 5 people that were all interested. And then it kind of trickled down from there for people that just like couldn't make that commitment. And now we have Mama's Tea Time.
Yes. It's been really good. Like, I think when I just remember that moment. I remember that conversation. I remember you were live, and I remember us in the chat, and I remember joking about it. Like, oh, yeah, I'll help. And so it's funny that this actually is a thing because when I tell people, like my siblings and like people in my personal life that I do a podcast, they're like, oh, really? Like, it's like shocking.
I get the same
Um,
vibe from people sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I do a podcast. And they're like, oh, I didn't
what
know
is it
that. Like, that's
about?
interesting. I was like,
Yeah.
we just read Reddit stories and have a good old time and judge people. No, I'm just kidding.
But also
But also kind of
Chads.
true.
Those
Chads.
Chads.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I like having girl talk as it is. I like the mom community, and so it just kind of seemed like a good fit to with people I was already connected with on TikTok to come together and spill the tea and just have girl talk, just chat.
Yeah, because if you're listening to this, if you're a mom, sometimes it can feel really isolating. I feel like when you're a
Mm.
mom, like you just don't really, at least for me personally, like I really kind of stopped putting myself out there. Mine is just like on social media, like TikTok and stuff. Um, but this is like my mom's night out. Like doing podcasts is like hanging out with my friend and just chatting. It's basically we treat it as like FaceTime, I feel like.
It's so
Um,
true.
and we just record it and put it out so everyone else can listen to our FaceTime conversation, I feel like. And I'm all here for it. And we named it Mama's Tea Time because A, we're moms, and B, we're spilling the tea.
Yeah.
And we're always spilling tea. We will always spill the tea. And now, what I'm so incredibly grateful for is like this brought, like Katie and I are like close friends now. We hang out in real life, you guys. She's actually like coming over this weekend. So like,
I know.
it's crazy how it went from just being on TikTok, starting a podcast, and now we're like hanging out regularly almost, I feel like.
Yeah, I love it because the question I do always get is, wait, you're doing a podcast with someone you never met, like before we actually met in person? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's for a good amount of time. That's how it was. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Like that sounds wild, but it's been such a good time.
Yeah.
And when we did meet, which wasn't that long ago in person, it felt like it didn't feel like meeting a new person.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, I feel like I've known this person. Well, I have because we
Yeah.
talk all the time.
Every day.
But it felt like so natural. And so I just encourage if you feel like you don't have anybody locally around you, if you feel like you're alone, especially as a mom or just anybody, there is people out there. Like reach out if you're at a low point. I know that I have invited Mama Jess to the moms group that's on Facebook that I had started a long time ago. There has been really sad posts out there. Like I have nobody. I hate it here. I'm like postpartum. We've talked about postpartum depression. I think a lot of
Yeah.
that's is what's going on. But where people just feel alone, and so I feel like this should be a story. Like Mama Jess and I's story should be a testimony of like there are people that are like good people that are in could be in your circle that's online.
Sometimes you just kind of have to take an uncomfortable step at first, and
Yes.
it's really uncomfortable sometimes, but you do it, and then you're here. Then you're on a
Yeah.
podcast with like
Yeah.
someone that you're gonna be friends with for the rest of forever. Like I can see us like sitting on
Yeah.
a front porch drinking wine, watching like
Yes.
grandkids out in the street. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I just feel like
exactly.
that's gonna be our vibe. We're gonna be tearing it up in an old folks home in like 30 years.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's go.
But yeah, that's our story. That's how we
Yeah.
became to be Mama's Tea Time, which you all know and love today.
Yeah. And I think there's just a lot of growth. We're learning, obviously, we're learning what we like to do, what kind of maybe we don't want to do anymore. We're learning what works, what doesn't, and we're constantly making tweaks and growing. And so if there's something that you want to see from us, like let us know. Like
Yeah.
slide in the DMs. I always say that. Let us know. We want to hear from you. What do you want to hear about? Like what subjects have we even talked about before or haven't yet so that you want to kind of narrow it down, like fill the tea on this subject. Like those are things we want to hear from you guys.
Yep. Anything. It could be, I mean, it doesn't have to be mom related. Most of our stories, honestly, aren't.
Haven't been.
They haven't. And when they are, we are able to give our personal experience and opinions on it. But sometimes we just want to get the juicy gossip.
Yeah. We
That's
love
pretty
it.
much what it is. Like, I'd even be down about talking about pop culture because I love pop culture
Ooh,
stuff. Anything that's happening in
yeah.
the world with some pop artists or whatever, I'm down to talk about for hours. So, like, just tell us.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
do
here
our
for it.
research. We'll bring stacks of
The
research.
tea. We'll get all the deets for you guys. Just let us know. And that's what we're here for. We want to have a good time. We want to have our girl talk. We're talking about all the things.
Yeah.
So,
We basically just wanted to do a brief introduction, let you know, guys know about us, and we, like she was saying, things are going to change on here. They're going to come and go, hopefully for the better. Like we're just going to go up from here. So
yep,
like, yeah, we're really excited to be doing
we're
this.
here for it.
We're in the middle of season 2 right now, and we hope that there's season 200. So like, we're going to be doing this because we love to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway,
We're gonna keep getting deeper and deeper dive in all the things. So stay tuned, stick with us, and if you have questions, if you have some more tea for us to spill, let us know.
check our website on whatever platform you're looking at. Check our website and you'll have a way to enter in your stories, or check out our YouTube and Spotify. TikTok, I think, is on there as well. So there's like many ways to get hold of us, and we
Yeah.
are always on our phones. So
Truth. Well, we love you guys so much. This was a short pod tonight. We just wanted to do some intros, and I'm glad you got to know us. So comment, reach out to us. We want to get to know you.
and thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye.